Uh, anyway, the game is loading. ZVZ on Ohana. I'm pretty excited.
Now, both of these players are locked into
regionals.
Their regionals, yes. So
Yeah.
this is just kind of to see if they can make the top two and go to nationals. So why don't you go ahead and introduce the players there, Jordan?
Sure. Down here in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, Ohana, it is the purple. Is it purple or pink? I think it's pink.
That's
Zerg
purple.
player.
What are you talking about? That's purple.
Oh my gosh, it's purple. I'm a purple Zerg player, Cornswallow. And up here in the top left-hand corner of the map, the green Zerg player, it is Dissonance. All right, so ZVZ, I'm kind of curious. The map is pretty small, so I wouldn't be surprised to see an early defensive pull out of both players. But at the same time, these guys, they know how to hold early aggression with the hatch first. So, nothing is out of the question here.
Yeah, and I mean, we've seen Cornswallow ZVZ, and it seems like every time he goes hatch first into speedlings, into no upgrades, into ultras, into winning.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, he's playing against a player that I feel is probably going to be a little bit better at ZVZ than his previous opponent.
Oh, Dissonance, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Unless, of course, this is his worst matchup, which is possible for Dissonance.
Right, I don't think Dissonance has had a ZVZ in this tournament yet. Let me double check. No, no, because we casted his first one.
Dissonance has gone, Dissonance has beaten the Protoss LaBouffe, the Terra No-No, and then losing to the Protoss Bales, so...
Yeah, so, no Zerg versus Zerg, and we're going to get a pretty good look at what he does in that matchup. And we see here, pool first opening, going ahead and getting that 15 pool.
And
it's
actually,
a pretty late pool, so...
I have to note, Cornswallow didn't throw down his hatch. He had the drone sitting there. He didn't actually throw down the hatch until he was at like 360 minerals, so that's a bit of a misstep.
A little bit. He's still going to get that down beforehand, and he's doing a pretty good job blocking here, yeah, but maybe he's just kind of like a little nervous, a little shaken up a little bit, saying, oh man, like, I need to win this game to move it along.
Yeah, so, we do see the first gas coming out of Cornswallow again, and his pool, so it just seems to... This is his opening.
Yeah,
hatch, then pull the gas.
Yeah, into Banley Nest and try to hold on until he can get to a comfortable amount of drones. And that's the Zerg way in like every matchup but ZVZ. So Cornswallow just said, well, that works in ZVP and T. I'm just going to do it in Zerg versus Zerg.
Yeah, just play defensive, get your drones, and then get ultras.
Yeah, can't blame him at all. Gas is done for Dissonance as well, so we'll be seeing his tech path here very shortly. Will it be quick banlanes or will it be speed lanes? Not too sure.
The thing is, though, Cornswallow's gas is significantly faster. And just look at the gas counts right now; it's 68 to 40. So even though the baneless is going down, speed now that the baneless is actually down, speed will actually come out first for Dissonance slightly.
Yeah, slightly, and I still like it out of what Cornswallow is doing here, getting speed and Banley Nest pretty quick.
And Dissonance is trying to scout here, but actually, he has not even seen the main at all yet.
Yeah, that was his first time looking at it, wasn't it? And
he saw a little bit of the creep.
he saw the edge of the creep. Yep, like, okay, yeah, you still spawned there, awesome. Making sure the map didn't glitch, okay, bye.
Making sure you weren't a Terran and lifted off to the gold.
Yeah, I played a Terran that did that the other day.
I did too. I beat him.
Yeah, I beat him too, because it's just, go make lings and win.
No, my case was it was Metalopolis and he was on Protoss, so eventually I was like, oh, you took both gold. Well, have fun dealing with Warp Prism drops as I swing between both gold, because you can't do that.
Looks like Dissonance is going to pick off a Overlord here for Cornswallow, and that's a really big blunder early on, hard capping, or soft capping, I should say, Cornswallow at 28, but he does have another Overlord in production.
Yeah, well, it looks like we have two links here from Dissonance trying to get up into the main. He sees a little bit more creep.
Uh-oh, there's creep there. Zergs have creep, good.
Okay,
good.
And he sees does he see the banelings? He does see the banelings, although he saw the banelings already, so whatever.
Yeah, so he does get a good scout there that time. Sees the drone count, and that is so important, ZVZ. And
Dissonance.
A little bit of lag.
Okay,
Don't
we're good.
do this to me, bro.
We're good.
Yeah. It looks like we're going to stabilize there, and...
Yeah, Cornswallow, again, let's take a look at the worker count. It's 31 for 30, an advantage for Dissonance, but both players are having rounds of drones at random times, so.
Yeah, and looks like Queen is out now at the natural expansion, so the production for Cornswallow is going to get going here. Right up to par with Dissonance. 2 Banelings are morphing for Dissonance. Those are going to be defensive for sure.
I do have to say, look at Cornswallow's macro here. His Queens, the lowest his Queen energy gets is around 2. While we take a look at the Queens here of Dissonance, the Queen of the natural was up to 47.
Yeah, I mean, very distracted it seems. Dissonance wasn't missing injects in his other games that we've casted of him, so maybe he's just nervous, or maybe his ZVZ is just not as good. I don't know. It's really interesting to see a Zerg player missing injects, certainly at this level as well.
Yeah, I'm definitely I'm watching the Zerg player here of Cornswallow, and it looks like there we go. He almost missed an inject, but one Queen got up to like 15 energy, so like 45 energy. The other Queen is at 3, but still, Dissonance about to hit 50 on one Queen, and he's just now getting ready to spawn larva again, so.
Yeah, we do see the +1 missiles upgrade is on the way for Dissonance. So Dissonance wants to transition into that heavy roach play here very quickly, as well as Layer Tech is on the way. Layer Tech already finished for Cornswallow, and we will be seeing what he wants to do with his army here very shortly.
It's going to be Spire.
Yeah, it's going to be a Spire. I'm going to transition later into the Ultras. Yeah, I mean, there it is. Very standard of Cornswallow and what we know of him and what we've seen in his other games.
Yeah, and the layer of Dissonance is about to finish now. We have not seen Dissonance's ZVZ now. It looks like he's not actually starting anything. I would not be surprised if he's just going to do this and get a fast roach speed. Yep, there's roach speed, and then get +2 attack, and just try to crush Cornswallow in the mid game with roaches.
Yeah, and let's talk about how that's going to work out.
I mean, big Baneling hits actually. You might save this hatch.
Wow, yeah. Oh wow, that one certainly will, and looks like this hatch will save because of Cornswallow's good Baneling usage there. However, roaches are forming for Dissonance. The Spire actually a very good choice against these roaches. The Spire is going to keep these roaches way out of position, hold these roaches back. And we'll be interested to see if Dissonance scouts this. He must have, because there is a Hydralisk den on the way now for Dissonance. But he didn't scout it. He's just going Roach Hydra.
Apparently somebody in the chat is saying that Bales is actually part of alt, not Impulse, but alt.
Okay. I mean,
and I say to that,
he changed his name.
Change his name.
Yeah.
But we apologize for calling him Impulse. I thought he was Impulse.
Yeah, I mean, I guess his Zeke name is Alt Bales, but his character name is IMP Bales. So, yeah, you'll have that. I mean, when we're casting, like, it's really hard to just, like, look at the name on the screen and say something else. So, but yeah, thanks for pointing that out. I wouldn't have noticed that if it wasn't for Freedom SC2. And,
he's probably like a member of Team Alt.
Yeah, I mean, I'd imagine that's kind of frustrating to hear people say the other team for your buddy. So
we will
certainly
make
good
sure
call.
to change that in the future. But Mutas are out here from Cornswallow, and he's going to pick up a Queen pretty fast. Now Hydras are on the way from Dissonance, so.
Yeah, 5 Hydras are on the way. The upgrade for the Hydralisk not even started yet, so Hydras aren't really that outstanding until that upgrade's finished. But it looks like the Roaches are going to come in here and march down towards the third. Lings and Banelings are in position, but I don't think these Roaches are going to do too much damage. Maybe snipe this hatch and then try to run away.
I don't think he's going to be able to. Lings did a decent round, just buying enough time for the Mutas to show up.
And Hero Roaches too, yeah. Roaches dealing with Roaches. The best decision here is to snipe the hatch and run, but like you said, might be too little too late. 5 Roaches left.
No, he's not going to get it.
No, he's not going to get it at all. 300 hit points left, 271 hit points left on that hatchery.
So all those units were just suicide for nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, some Roaches killed some Roaches, but absolutely, I mean, poor trade there from Dissonance.
Now, Groove Spines has finished for these Hydras, so they're... Actually, hasn't? Have they even started?
No, it hasn't started. That's what I was saying. The Groove Spines doesn't...
I'm getting the +2 missile confused with Groove Spines. I can't believe he hasn't started Groove Spines yet.
Yeah, the Hydras are kind of bad without Groove Spines because they can't fire very...
Oh, and Cornswallow's being so smart, just using these Mutas and taking out every single Overlord in the middle of the map. Now, distance is 116 of 102.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the problem with being a Zerg player and spreading out your overlords, is that a Mutalisk player just destroys them. It's actually a really unfortunate scenario. Like, you're taught in ZVZ to spread out your overlords, but
now these Hydras are going to do the same back and take out these overlords of Cornswallow, but Cornswallow kind of anticipating it is getting another overlord. He's not supply blocked yet, and oh, thank you, Cornswallow's getting Baneling speed.
Yeah, he forgot that in the last couple matches.
Every ZVZ he's played, he's forgotten Baneling speed, which could have actually cost him a game if it came down to it.
Yeah. 7 more Hydras are on the way for Dissonance, as well as +2 Carapace. Groove Spine still not on the way.
I can't believe that he would make a mistake that big as to forget Groove Spines.
Yeah, I think it's a really weird upgrade to miss. Maybe he's just... I mean, there's no way that he's not... There's no way this is on purpose.
No.
So, Mutas are hanging out in the middle of the map. They're pretty good map control. He's done significant amount of damage with those Mutalisks. A couple 3-kill Mutalisks are in that pack, even a 5-kill in there. So they certainly did their damage. 139 supply to 171 in favor of Dissonance, however. I'm kind of curious what makes up for the difference in that, and it's army supply. Dissonance with a much bigger army than his purple opponent.
Oh, but the thing is, though, these roaches are coming right underneath the Mutalisk. The Hydras are going to have to show up here. And there's the Hydras, and all those Mutalisks are just going to die so fast. The Hydras do such a good amount of DPS, but holy, 22 Banelings in production. If Cornswallow can land those Banelings on the Hydras and not the roaches, he can win this game.
Oh, yeah, I mean, there's, like you said, 18, 8, 16, 24, 26 Banelings there. And these roaches and Hydras could get blindsided by
the Banelings are coming in for a fight from behind. If he hits those Hydras, he's going to win this. Oh
wow, Baneling hit absolutely everything. Wow, the concave here from Cornswallow, not the best, but it doesn't even matter.
The Mutas are going to pick up everything else.
Yeah, the Mutas are going to destroy the last Hydra here. And this should be GG in favor of Cornswallow.
And it's not going to be GG. 18 more Hydras are in production from Dissonance. But the thing is, though, Hydras are not good ZVZ without roaches to protect, and only 4 roaches in production from Dissonance. And Cornswallow is just going to take this opportunity to attack, and he can probably take this third out and then walk away before the Hydras really start becoming effective.
Yeah, I mean, there's only...
I don't think he can win with this push, but he definitely did a ton of damage.
In the meantime, Cornswallow is going up to Hive, making 17 roaches right now.
And taking his 4th base.
Yeah, taking his own 4th. He's going to be up to an insane economy here, going to have insane in production. And all these roaches just chilling in the middle of the map for Cornswallow. Could take this fight easy peasy.
The Mutas are going to come in here and pick off another queen. And, oh, no, the queen had 9 HP. Oh, my... He didn't
that is ridiculous. It's so annoying for Dissonance. It's got to be annoying that every time you leave your base, there's 5 Mutalisks that are going to swing in. And here comes an engagement. Looks like Cornswallow is going to force it.
The roaches are 1-1 while Dissonance is 2-2, but those Hydras are so weak without roaches to support them.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have the line that he wants, and the roaches of Cornswallow are just crushing this.
Yeah, we have a little flank action coming in here. It looks like Dissonance is going to clean this up. And Cornswallow is going to go to Greater Spire.
Cornswallow does have Burrow, so I'm surprised he's not using the Burrow micro there.
Yeah, could have made those roaches last a little bit longer, but a little bit more cost-effective.
There was no Overseer in there around there for Dissonance, and now Cornswallow has to pull back, and Greater Spire is going to be a while until it finishes, but a big swarm of roaches have just popped out, and that should be enough to hold Dissonance pushing back.
That 16 roaches are on the way for Dissonance as well. The upgrades here for Dissonance are actually what's keeping him in this game and winning in this game. Dissonance's maxed army right now to 150 of Cornswallow. Pretty good concave here in positioning from Cornswallow, but the upgrades isn't going to matter. Roach count about even. Let's see how this turns out. Typical ZVZ endgame right here, I guess, right? 16 roaches for Cornswallow, 40 for Dissonance. I think this is actually going to be the march of death for Dissonance. Going to clean up all of these roaches here, and this third's under fire.
Yeah, I mean, the Broodlords are so far away, and he doesn't even have any corruptor system, and roaches are popping, and Dissonance is going to able to take out this third, and it was already really hurt from before. And I know we kind of said earlier that Cornswallow winning that big game, but he was in a good position, but like I said, he was far from winning this game, and he kind of failed in that attack, that counterattack. Now Cornswallow's going to lose another base, and Dissonance can kind of just sit and wait.
Yeah, Dissonance can do what he wants here. 200 supply, 107 of his Zerg opponent, Cornswallow. Roach is coming out, spine crawlers. Look at the 5 spine crawlers, 6 spine crawlers in the natural expansion.
Where are these Roaches of Cornswallow going?
Yeah, I don't know if that was a miss rally.
He was trying to take out this 4th base of Dissonance, but Dissonance just kind of picks it off perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, look at the mining situation for both players here. Cornswallow just down to this 1 mining.
Oh, look at the income, 1,800 to 600.
Yeah, I feel like Dissonance could theoretically just walk up the ramp here.
Spine crawlers are finishing though.
Yeah, it's not going to matter. Dissonance can walk up into here, and yeah, GG out of Cornswallow. Cornswallow loses game 2. All right.
So that means that yeah, that means Cornswallow now 1 game away from elimination, and Dissonance, you know, he's making a fight to make it to the grand finals.
Yeah, certainly. My headset's like freaking out right now. Yeah, both players won. It's 1-1, right?
Yeah, it's 1-0 right now.
That was the first game. Oh yeah, it was the first game. Wow. Okay. Ha. Yeah, Cornswallow fall in there, and
it's like what we said when he was doing the ZVZ against I forget who he was doing it against. The ZVZ where he beat when he beat Potato, and we had said I think it was I said that he was beating Potato, but if he came up against a Zerg that was a bit more strong in ZVZ, his lack of upgrades mid-game would kill him because he wouldn't get to late game. And he didn't get to late game that game. He didn't get the Broodlords or Ultras up in time. The Hydra transition from Dissonance was perfect for dealing with the Mutas, and honestly, Roach Hydra's just good and
yeah, Roach Hydra is just great unit composition, especially when you don't have the Infestors that Cornswallow didn't. Infestors are a pretty good counter to Hydras, pretty good counter to Roaches. When you just don't have them for the fungal growths, that's not good at all.
Yeah, and he only had like 1 or 2 Infestors. So while we wait for the next game here, we are going to go into a quick commercial break. So hang tight, hang tight, everyone. We're going to get into game 2 between Cornswallow and Dissonance, and it's the elimination game for Cornswallow.
All right, here we go.
All right, so both players ready to go into game 2 here between Dissonance and Cornswallow.
And
this
up
1-0.
Like, that's very important. The elimination match here is taking place. Cornswallow does not want to be out of that potential automatic bid into the national championship. At the same time, Dissonance wants that automatic bid. So both players are fighting pretty hard here.
So why don't you go ahead and introduce those players?
Sure, down here in the bottom left-hand corner position of the map, Antigua Shipyard, it is the purple Zerg player, Cornswallow. And in the top right-hand corner position, cross positions only on the GSL version, it is the green Zerg, Dissonance. Something else that should be noted about the GSL version, if we look in the center of the map, there is no gold bases on this map. Not really so important in the mirror matchup or ZVZ in general, but something that should be noted for all of our SPGL tournaments is that the GSL version is used and there are no gold minerals there.
I know some people complain about the MLG version of Antigua still having gold minerals, but yeah. I mean, since the patch that means that mules are no longer super efficient on gold, I kind of like the concept of it.
Yeah, it adds something different to the game.
It makes that positional play of the center so much more important.
Right, and you typically do have to risk something to take that center base. I understand the counter argument. I understand both sides of the argument. I guess it is going to be up to individual leagues and organizers to make up what they want to do with it.
Yeah, but both players looking like they are pretty much have a gentleman's agreement of, all right, neither player is going to be going for an all-in.
Yeah, neither player is going to be doing any kind of crazy early pull shenanigans. While this game is starting to ramp up, we should give a big shout out to our sponsors, Kingston, HyperX, and Antec. Without them, this event and SPGLs all across the nation would not be possible.
Yes, because we're not the only one. There's 7 other ones happening at the same time. Some of them have already finished. Some of them are still going on. So, I mean, check out the entire SPGL team on Twitch. You can watch all of them, and we'll also be having plenty of upcoming content after this tournament. We're going to be doing the open brackets, which are the 32-person open brackets, and as we see Dissonance barely getting that hash down, Cornswallow almost blocked it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, pretty much. I'm sure we're probably going to bring the Midwest region's open bracket probably 2 times a week or something. I'd say we have to still plan on that, but yeah, we're definitely going to be bringing plenty more content. So make sure you follow the stream or just follow the team, and then follow Semi-Pro Gaming on Twitter.
Yeah, follow also us on Twitter if you want to hear more about what we're doing. We're both really active in the YouTube casting scene. I am at IamJorman, that's IamJorman. And where can people find you at on Twitter, Melody?
Just MetalTeeth9.
There we go.
And we do see right now, both the spawning pool has finished for Dissonance, and he's getting his first gas. The first gas has been up for a bit now for Cornswallow. My guess is Cornswallow's going to get the banning nest. I mean, that's just what he does.
Yeah. He is a little past that 50 gas mark to be getting that banning nest. Looks like he actually might be going up for speed.
Might we see Cornswallow do something different? I almost think he has to after that last game.
Yeah, it hasn't really worked out for him in the games he's done this, or in the match. Kind of just got outclassed a little bit there by Dissonance. Had a pretty good shot at winning when Dissonance sacked all his roaches at his third, but still ended up losing because of a failed counter. So I don't know. It's just maybe said, I need to change it up a little bit, and there is the metabolic speed boost upgrade going down there for Cornswallow.
Yeah, and I mean, take a look at the workers count right now. It's 22 for Dissonance and 20 for Cornswallow. So Cornswallow is about to have a big swarm of 5 drones, but then Dissonance just makes 6 more, and there's the bailing nest. So it looks like this time he is changing up a bit, getting speed before bailing nest as opposed to before where he went bailing nest before speed.
Yeah, and
just a subtle change.
Subtle change, but at the same time, a big change, right? Like, it's very subtle to the observer, but in the game, there's going to be a difference felt. These lings are going to be out, and they're going to be a lot faster, especially since the speed for Cornswallow is a little bit faster. Maybe he can get in there and do a little bit extra damage that he wouldn't have otherwise been able to do.
And Disconnect gets in here with the ling, and he scouts, and he sees the bailing nest, but he doesn't click on it. But I'm assuming he just kind of assumes, you went Bailey's last time, you're going to go Bailey's this time.
Right, at this stage in the game, with that size of an actual graphic building.
And also the fact that there's no other gases.
Right.
You can't
really
go...
There were 2 gases or be roaches.
Yeah, 2 gases are roach, 4 gases are muta, but he didn't even see a layer. But, yeah, 1 gas is more of a bailing play.
Right. And, Dissonance, good Zerg player, made it this far in this tournament, obviously knows all about that. So... no surprise there, and I think something that should be noted about ZVZ. Let's look at the middle of the map.
I have to interrupt you because Cornswallow is going for lair.
Yeah, that is a pretty quick 7-minute lair there.
That is looking like a very fast 2-base muta.
Yeah, and it's going to actually catch Dissonance off guard. No Evo chamber down.
Dissonance is taking his third.
Yeah, and this is actually going to catch him way off guard. Scouting Ling is going to come in from Dissonance. Check out the third, going to be chilling there for a little bit, and this is actually trouble. And actually, it's good you said that, because what I was going to say relates. Look at this. Look at the mini map right now. Look at the Overlord spread by both players. Very good Overlord spread, but as we saw in the last game, that's going to hurt Dissonance here in a minute when these Mutilas pop.
Very good Overlord spread by Dissonance. Cornswallow doesn't have that good Overlord spread. He has what, like 2 Overlords out?
He has 5 spread across the center of the map. So
yeah, Dissonance has good Overlord spread. Cornswallow doesn't.
Well, no, Cornswallow's got decent Overlord spread for the purpose, right? And ZVZ, you want to have a straight line from...
Yeah, Cornswallow's is a bit more spastic, and...
Cornswallow's is straight across the map, whereas Dissonance is a little more spastic.
Now, as we're seeing, Cornswallow throws down his third and his Spire. Evil Chamber is on the way from Dissonance, but... he will have enough time, and he should scout with his Overlord spread.
Yeah, if he scouts with he sends this Overlord that's right outside the main into the natural.
Oh, we just missed a huge bailing hit there, denying Dissonance's attempt to deny this third.
And that was a pretty good job there by Cornswallow, and the Spire is about 50% of the way done. No Spore Crawlers are in sight, probably because Dissonance doesn't have a reason to yet. No scouting's been done, and I would like to see him make this Overlord go into the natural and scout.
Yeah.
And the Spire's in a great position to deny scouting as well.
Yeah, it's the most hardest locations on the map to scout. And,
yeah.
Ooh, I like this. Cornswallow getting a fast second Evo Chamber. That's very much saying that he doesn't want to stick with Mutas long term. He's looking to go to Mutas for the map control, but then transition back into Ground Army.
Yeah, and we do see Cornswallow up here knocking down the gate to the third. Going to go in there and try to do some pronged attack there. Nice bailing hit.
Yeah, Cornswallow just set 1 ling and got a bailing for a single ling.
Yeah, I mean, very nice.
Now the mutas are 10 of them are on the way. It seems like he likes to stick with about 10 mutas.
Yeah, I think it's a good number in ZVZ in general. You get those 10 mutas out, and then you kind of just use those sparingly. Like, you got to be conscious and conservative with them.
Problem
and
is, though, we see that Dissonance is going for that Hydra Den again, and actually, a perfectly scouted, a perfectly timed Overseer sees as these mutas fly right past it.
Yep, and we will see probably Spore Crawlers go down immediately. Yes, there is one going down at the third, but it's a little too late for that, I think. No, going to go ahead and pull those mutas back.
Queen might have enough time to get one muta down. It's going to be close.
No, the Queen is going to die there, and looks like this Spore Crawler is under attack, but the mutas are going to be chased away because it is going to finish here very shortly.
The mutas are more concerned with getting those roaches.
Yeah, the roaches are starting to make their way across the map.
These Overlords sitting across the middle because Dissonance now is at 115 of 102. That is
115 over 2, but his roaches outside his opponent's third are going to get all cleaned up there. Cornswallow dealing with those roaches very nicely. They're putting Cornswallow in a pretty good position here. Roach is just kind of flooding in and dying, and Overlord's going to die for Dissonance as well.
Yeah, and also we have some nice scouting, I have to say. These Overlords are going to get killed off, and now Cornswallow knows that the transition to Roach Hydra has begun.
Yep, the Hydras are out. Wouldn't be surprised if we see there it is, the Pathogen Glands upgrade out of Cornswallow right now. Cornswallow also with the Mutalisk going to swing those around here in the backside and try to do any kind of damage. Scouting out for some Overlords, scouting out for any kind of maybe there was a hidden base over there. That would have been nice to pick off. But Cornswallow's Mutas doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it. And that's all Cornswallow has been doing with them, using them to take some map control, do a little bit of damage, and allows him to comfortably take his third and start dealing with the late game.
Right, I mean, look at the roach count, or the link counts ever growing here, the drone count going up, upgrades going out for Cornswallow. So these Mutalisks doing their job. However, Hydralisk pretty good against Ling Muta, but it'll all just come down to the army positioning and control. It could be like last game where just Banelings for days hit on all those Hydras.
Thing is, though, even though those Banelings hit for days, in the end, it ended up Cornswallow lost.
Yeah, Cornswallow still did end up losing, but if Cornswallow can have another engagement just like that one in this game, I think he'll be in pretty good shape. However, the supplies favor Dissonance a little bit as we look here at the Army Supply tab, 76 to 48.
Workers are even.
Workers supply dead even, yeah.
Cornswallow going up to a hive at 13 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, pretty early hive there, not going to lie.
Cornswallow needs to be careful with these mutas. He can't afford to lose them now. He needs them for this upcoming big fight. He has 30 lings and 10 banelings on the way. Oh, nice micro, using the mutas and just taking out single banelings.
A lot of banelings are morphing in there. It might be too late, though. A couple of them are going to get picked off by the roaches coming in.
Oh, and the mutas are just haphazardly attacking on the Hydras.
Oh, wow, lost a lot of mutas there, and that's actually going to spell a lot of trouble. Roaches getting themselves into a pretty decent position here. Here are the Hydralisks coming in for a round. These roaches are getting surrounded. I'm not sure, actually. This is kind of a bad attack from both players.
Yeah, the Hydras set back far enough that the banelings were wasted on roaches. And now Dissonance will be able to bypass this spine crawler wall. The Lings can't really do much with that amount of DPS from the Hydras.
No, and look at the supply count, 192 to 96 here. Not a good position for Cornswallow to be in. That one attack wasting all those Lings and Banelings. And it'll really come down to these reinforcements. These reinforcements are going to have to do a lot of damage. Spine crawler is getting weakened before they burrow back down into the ground here. And there's just so much coming out here for Cornswallow right now.
Here we go. This is it. Cornswallow coming. No, he's going to pull back. He's going to let this hatch go down. But there's a single spine crawler to defend here, and Cornswallow is not going to get a good engagement here. Dissonance has so much DPS in the back of these Hydras.
Yeah, no, I mean, and look at all the roaches, all the Lings die. Cornswallow GG's, Dissonance GG's, and good luck. So Manor Bears, Cornswallow is eliminated, and Dissonance will go on in this tournament.
Yes, he will, and